Hey everyone, George here. So today we're going to talk about the energy tax credit that homeowners are rushing to use before it expires this coming December 31st, 2025, and an alternative or a loophole around that. If you're in solar, HVAC, roofing, electrical, or just a general contractor, this episode might open up a whole new revenue stream for you or just boost your sales in general. So let's get started. So you probably noticed homeowners trying to squeeze in last minute energy efficient credit items, solar installs, heat pump upgrades, and other energy efficient improvements before December 31st. And that's because the residential energy credits that homeowners use under Section 25C and D expire December 31, 2025. So if a homeowner wants to utilize those credits, they are going to expire in full, and the work needs to be performed and placed in service prior to December 31, 2025 midnight. Now here's the loophole or the alternative. Although the residential credits are going to expire this coming December 31st, the commercial credits are still available through 2032. So under current law, Section 48, the investment tax credit, stays in effect at its 30% credit rate through 2032 and then phases down later. So even after the residential credit comes and goes, contractors can keep selling the energy improvement credit to business owners, landlords, and anybody with income producing property. Now, when you think commercial, a lot of people think, skyscrapers, larger actual commercial buildings, but that's not always the case. A project can qualify as commercial and therefore qualify for this 30% tax credit if it's installed on office buildings, retail, industrial, or warehouse space, rental properties, both single or multifamily, Airbnb short-term rentals, farms and agricultural buildings, mixed-use properties, and any property used in a trade or business, which includes even potentially somebody's residential property. The way that works is if a homeowner uses even a portion of their house for business use, then that portion can qualify for the commercial credit. For example, if somebody uses, let's say, 25% of their house, their garage, exclusively for business use, and they spend $100,000 on qualifying energy improvements for that year, then you would take $100,000 spent times 25% business use portion, which equals the $25,000 for Section 48 purposes. Then you take that $25,000, multiply by the 30% tax credit, and they get a $7,500 tax credit. So that is definitely a huge talking point to contractors when selling or talking to your own customers or prospects. The only caveat is that the actual energy improvements must be placed in service in the year in which that credit wants to be taken. This we're in the clear until 2032. So there's quite a few years available. And after that, it starts phasing out. And who knows what will happen with the next administration by then. So what are some things that contractors can tell to their prospects? You can say, even if the residential credit deadline passes, if you use the property for any sort of business use, income production, rental activity, things like that, we can still take that portion for the credit. Or if you own a rental property, even a residential property, that would qualify for the commercial credit, even though it's a residential property, since it's a rental property. You can also say for mixed use homes, the portion that's actually used for rental activities, we can allocate the credit to that portion and get a credit for that portion. And again, let them know that the commercial credit is 30% and it doesn't expire until 2032. So we got time with that one, even though the residential one is up. So that's it. That's all I had for today. The residential one's going to be up here in 26 days. And the commercial one is still in effect. A few more caveats. It doesn't just apply to anybody's house, residential-wise, but there are still benefits involved and still some talking points. So I'd love to hear what contractors are actually seeing out in the field. Are there a rush of projects to finish these energy improvements by the end of the year? How's the pipeline been? All that. So drop that all in the comments. I'm really curious. Let me know what's going on, what you think. And I hope you found this helpful. Click like, subscribe, turn on notifications for any updates, and hope to see you in the next one.